Now, a lot of coaches really struggle with charging $2,000, $3,000, even $5,000 for the coaching program. And today, I'm going to show you how you can charge those prices, but actually get clients to pay those charges and actually even thank you for it. And I'm telling you this as someone that really struggled to even price herself at $1,300. If bringing people results, I was bringing people results, I would feel guilty about charging $1,300. I would actually stutter, in the middle of the sales call saying the price. So I went from $1,300 to now charging $2,000, and then I went from $2,000 to $2,500, and then I was like really, I stayed there for a long time because I was so scared. And then to $3,000, and then the first time I actually pitched $3,000, the person was just like, okay, let's do it. I was like, what? I've been just leaving money on the table all that long. And then I went to $5,000, and then I went to $8,000, and then up from there. And I can show you how this is possible. And that's exactly I'm going to show you right now in this video with these 3 simple strategies. Step number 1, you gotta have a specific outcome. Now, first things first, let's get real for a second here. There's nobody in the world that's gonna pay $5,000 for a vague outcome, or I'll help you with your mindset, or you'll feel better about yourself. Nobody, we need to get specific here, really specific. People that invest in this level, they invest for a clear outcome that is really tied to the ROI, to the return on investment that they're gonna have. So it's extremely important that we are specific on the outcome. I wanna spend some time here because I've talked to enough people that are a little doo-doo-doo when it comes to this. They are resistant about niching down, but they still wanna charge high prices. Girl, it's not gonna happen. The person that is gonna pay high prices or high ticket price, they want to know they work with people like them to solve the specific problem that they have. Being vague in not having a specific outcome or specific thing they're gonna help them do is not gonna, people are just gonna be, why should I pay you 10 times or 20 times more if I can just go to Jane down the street that does exactly what you do? I've been doing this for long enough to see that people have this resistance of niching down, and that's what is keeping you broke. The bank account is not to the levels that you want because you insist in doing this thing that I help everybody. But here's the thing, I know that you can. I work with so many amazing coaches that I know that the frameworks that you have and the teachings that you have can help people, everybody. But the problem is, we can never develop messages that resonate with everybody, because once you try to talk to everybody, you're forced to be at surface level. And when you're forced to be at surface level with your message, you're talking to nobody. It's the difference between I'll help you lose weight in 20 days to I help new mothers lose pregnancy weight in 3 months. Because the new mothers, they know, okay, so you will understand that I don't have that much time. You understand that I cannot just go to the gym randomly. I have a newborn to take care of. You understand that I have to cook, but then I cannot just have a specific meal for me and then what about the rest of the house? So they understand you cater for them. Please understand this. And I'd say this because I also care about your business, because if we're all entrepreneurs and if all of our business are successful, the world will be a better place. I really think that we entrepreneurs, we're carrying this world on our backs right now. So I really want you to be successful. And if you really want to charge high prices, if you really want to make those 10K per month, if you really want to reach those 6 figures, we need to understand our niche. But then listen, if you don't want to, that's completely okay. That's fine. And I'm really passionate about this, and I'm sorry for spending so much time on this, but here's the 2 options that you have. If you cannot niche down right now, that's completely fine as well. Because right now, maybe you don't know exactly what you want to niche down. You don't want to put yourself in a bubble. That's fine. What I would recommend, okay, don't increase your prices. Stay humble, right? Stay low prices. Help a variety of people, but then be really open and really be paying attention to see which one you enjoy to work with the most. Which ones are in higher pain? Which ones can afford to pay the things that you can do? For example, I have a client not too long ago that she went through this process, and she thought she wanted to help corporate women, but then because she did this exercise of helping, keeping it a little bit open, more vague, she helped a different diverse type of women, and she understood that she wanted to help more entrepreneurs that work in the tech world because they have more disposable income to buy her services. So maybe you don't have a niche right now, and that's okay. But then keep it open a little bit, decrease your prices, but then keep it open because you're going to continue working with people from variety walks of life and things like that, but also understanding which ones more resonate with you. And also you can help them the most. Okay, sorry, I'm passionate, so I got a little carried away. So that was tip number 1. Now, tip number 2, you need to create a 3-step framework. Now, frameworks are the things that are going to really simplify your business, because you want to show people in the 3-step framework how getting to the transformation that they want to achieve is simple. Not easy, but it's simple. And you can guide them through that framework, right? Tony Robbins himself, I don't care how you feel about him as a person, but he has built a coaching empire based on frameworks alone that people just take people through. So you want to create a framework because the person who's going to pay 5K, they're paying you for the simplicity, but also for the guidance to take them through it, right? So you need to show that in this case of a framework. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here on my left. I'm going to draw for you because I feel that I'm very visual and I think that a lot of people are too, because I want to take you exactly step by step of what this framework can look like. So you have a better idea exactly how to make yours possible. Okay, so again, this is a 3-step, right? 3-step framework. And it's very important that it's 3-step. And why 3 steps? Because 3 steps is just something that we can easily remember without making a conscious effort to remember it, right? So, and the 3-step framework is much easier for us to remember because we remember the 1, 2, 3, ABC, pam, 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 easy, right? So we want to make sure everything looks easy. So the first thing is like goal, right? We have the goal right up top. And remember that the goal, we need to be specific here. The person is going to pay you $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 for the coaching program that you have. They want to know that it's specifically for them and it's for people like them with the same profile as them, with the same, that want to achieve the same outcome and the same goal. So we have to have a specific who, right? And a specific what, right? So who, what, that's the goal. After that, we have the second layer here, that's where we separate into the phases, the steps, depending how you want to call it. And here we have only 3, right? 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3. And you can call it 3 steps, three phases, 3, whatever you want to call it. Now here, I recommend having the naming of these to be verbs, because the verbs signify action. So on the first one, for example, on my one, I have understand. But it can be understand, it can be evaluate, it can be assess, right? So depending on your business categories or what feels right for you, then you choose the one. You can come up with others as well. So either understand, assess, but this is the first phase or first step. It's really understanding where they are, where they want to go, what's keeping them stuck, having like the goal, that's where you do goal setting as well, having the fundamentals there before getting to the next thing, right? So the next step here, for example, for mine is build, right? So this is where you start having kind of, doing the thing. So it can be build, plan, create, right? So here, use your imagination, whatever you want to put. Again, verbs work really well because it's easy for people to remember and you see that there's like a strategy. It makes sense. There's logic to it, right? So then the third step, it can either be, for example, mine is scale, right? Because I'm working with business, so that makes sense. But then also can be maintain, right? I work with a lot of people in the personal development space. So for example, if you're helping someone to heal from a tragic or for a traumatic experience, you want that healing to maintain, right? You want to show them, give them tools and processes and things for them to maintain. Or it also can be implement. Because for example, maybe on the building phase, you're just building the thing, you're not implementing, right? Whatever it is, make it simple. You don't want it complicated, very straightforward, simple words, action words, verbs, so that people really understand. Because for example, if I tell you, I personally help you to build a funnel that constantly brings clients consistently and predictably, and it's a 3-step framework where we build, where we understand first where you are, where you want to go, what's keeping you stuck. We build the strategy to get you there. So basically the landing pages, email sequence, lead magnet, content creation, everything. And then lastly, we scale it using ads. It's easy for you to understand. I have a process. You go, okay, I understand your framework, Sally. So first we understand exactly with the target audience, the problems that they have, the messaging and everything. Then we're going to build the actual machine, okay? And then we're going to scale basically on what we build. It's simple. It's not easy, right? Even when I'm working with the clients, it takes me 12 weeks to do everything, but it's not easy. But once you've done it so many times, it's easy. Turns easier as well. Okay, so after that, I wrote here the things, but then what you want to have underneath, I'm sorry if I'm removing this, but then hopefully you already took note or you can go back in the video. But then under these ones, what you want to have, again, it doesn't have to be exact numbers, but then depending on where you are, you can have different, on step 1, so you can have different 1, 2, 3, you can have even 4. So if, for example, if you have a 12-week program, right? So every week this will be a new thing. So under understand, so under each one of these basically will be the same, right? Well, not the same, but it will be a different lesson, a different thing they're going to be working on. right? So for example, here on my one, to give you an example of my one, when I'm working with someone, so on the understand, the first thing we need to understand is the niche, right? Who we're talking to, we're gonna help them achieve. Then after that, we do the messaging, right? So then after that, we do the offer, right? And then after that, we do then the blueprint. So this exactly thing that I'm showing how to do, I do it as well in my program. So that's what you want to organize it so that it's easier for you to present to your prospect as well. The cool thing about all of this, the magic thing about having a blueprint though, is that every single thing, when you create all of that, right, all of this here can then be inspirations to create content. Because now I can go here and, just as I'm doing with this video, right, blueprint is part of my blueprint. Very meta. So I can take one of these sessions and create content around it. What is a blueprint? Why it's important? How to create a blueprint. See how crazy this is? Niche. What is a niche? How to create a niche. Best niches. Niches you should not go into. I can go on and on about creating content around this. Here on my second phase, what I have built, we have the funnel, right? So I can have 3 different funnels for coaches. Best funnels you should be, or worst funnels for coaches. Mistakes that you do on your webinar funnel. I can create limitless of content around this. When you do this for your program, for your coaching, you become so easy for you to create content, because then afterwards, it's beautiful how this works. Because afterwards, when you show, you can go, and by the way, if you want me to create your own blueprint, or this is actually a small part of my whole program, let me know. Click on the link below, watch the video, and schedule a call with me to see exactly how I can help you build this, and if you see if you're the right fit or not. Your call to action can go back to your program, because can talk about your program, because it comes from your program. It comes from the things that you teach. So now you don't have to think so much about the things that you do and what kind of content you have to create, because it's on your blueprint. You just go back to your blueprint and you have like millions, maybe not millions, but thousands of ideas from your blueprint. Even with my really bad handwriting, I hope this was helpful. And now you can understand exactly how to create an offer. Basically, this will be offer, your blueprint, your framework, that now you can sell, because you have the steps. Now you yourself have the confidence that you understand, okay, now I can see how this is worth 2K, 3K, or even 5K. Now I get it. Get? I hope that you feel this now, because I get so excited. I hope that this is now you feel it. And now you can see exactly how it works. And now you have the confidence that now, okay, I can see why I'm able to charge this much. Again, I wish I knew this when I was starting out, because then that would have saved me so much headache. Okay. So tip number 3 of building a 5K coaching program is access. People that pay a premium price, they want to have more access to you, and that just is, right? I've paid up to 25, 35,000 to have access to experts, because that is important. My question answered right away, more specialized answer from me. So people pay for access. So what I would recommend is there's a tool, there's a program, there's an app called Voxer, either Voxer or WhatsApp. Give people your number. You'll be amazed, and now you may be thinking, oh my God, Sally, but give me my number, they have personal access to me. People that pay less, they expect more. The people that pay more, they will not bother you. It's so funny how this works, because all my clients, they have my phone number. And sometimes I have to kind of tell them, please send me a message. Don't wait until our coaching call. Don't wait until our call for us to go into this. Feel free to send me the message. I use WhatsApp. I have to go to WhatsApp to show you exactly how many people I have in there. If I get 2 or 3 messages a day, is a lot. And not small things that I can answer with a voice note. People like to know that they have access to you. It doesn't mean they're going to abuse it, right? So, and remember that this is going to be an added value to your 5K program, right? So that's one of the tips that I also want to show you or tell you as well, because sometimes, we want to add more things that are more labor for the other person, but you don't want to add more things. You want to give them more access. You want to make sure that what can I add that makes this process easier? So sometimes people go, oh, they can contact me on email all day, every day, but email is a little bit of a friction. Give them access to you and just try it out and hear me out. It's amazing how people just don't abuse it, especially the ones that pay 5K for it. Now, I really recommend you to watch this video. My honest advice, if you want to start a profitable coaching business, the 7 tips that I wish I knew when I was getting started. I really broke everything down, and I hope you like it, because those things, I don't see anyone talking about them. Go check it out.